Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Alam nyo ba na kahit eto na, nababalita na ang gobyerno ng Canada naghihigpit sa mga immigrants, gusto nilang bawasan yung bilang ng mga immigrants na nagiging permanent resident dito. Hindi pa rin maiwasan, ano, ang dami pa rin nating mga kababayan na gusto pa rin i-pursue ang paglipat dito sa Canada. Actually, ang ating guest today, kakauwi lang galing Pilipinas where they met with a lot of our kababayans and gave them some advice, an information session about the international student pathway. Okay? So, ang dami pa rin mga international students, no? Potential international students na nag-iisip pa rin ituloy yung mga plano nila dito sa Canada, even with the many reports na parang humihirap na raw ang buhay dito sa Canada. No? So, okay, makiki-update tayo dyan. Ang kasama natin, ang one half ng Suncor. Ayan, si Kuya Mikmik Corrales. Hello, Kuya Mikmik. Welcome back.
Hello Miss Ina. Hello mga kababayan. Ito po, fresh from the Philippines. I'm back here in Canada. I'm from Alberta. Ayun po, Kuya Mikmik po at your service. So yun, Miss Ina, tulad ng kwento ko sa inyo, marami pa din, surprisingly.
Oo, no?
I posted a video on my personal Facebook para makita nila. Marami pa rin
I'll
talaga.
show it. I'll show
Oh,
it,
yes.
Para let's
Sure,
pakita
sure.
natin. Baka sabihin
Yes,
nila,
yes.
hindi totoo na marami pa rin
Yes.
interesado. This is a video from Kuya Mikmik from their pre-info session. Yun ang tawag din yun, no, Kuya Mikmik?
Yes.
Okay, wait. Let's put it up first. O, tignan nyo, This is a video, Wait.
Go! We are Suncor! Woo!
O, diba? Isa lang yan. Wait, I'll play the other one.
Actually, we have a lot of
We are Suncor!
Oh, wow. Okay.
We are Suncor!
Ayan, okay. Grabe, Kuya Mikmik, did you still expect that turnout? Kasi I think you had this event planned way in advance before all these news came out about,
Oh, yes.
tightening of rules for, international students and other mga immigration pathways dito sa Canada.
Actually, Miss Ina, we always prepare around a year before para lang organize siya because there's many moving parts, the school representatives, our schedules, the venues, kasi syempre pinag-aagawan yung mga venues. So we either do it at SMX or sa mga hotels. So what I could share to you on our previous events prior to the new announcements, so this was 2022, 2023, let's say on our Balikbayan event or roadshow, as what the industry refers to it, we're getting over 1,000 attendees talaga. Madami po talaga sila.
Okay.
And so marami, 1,000. SMX, mapupuno namin yan with people, around 500, 600 people in one event sa SMX. So ganun kadami ang interest for people to go to Canada via student pathway. For 2024, given the new policy changes, the restrictions, the cap, even with the LMIAs and everything, we still decided to pursue because it's a good gauge. Alam niyo na po kasi marami nag-aabang. Si Suncor, kilala na maraming darating. So this time around with the new restrictions, new policies, etc., may darating pa rin kaya. So the video I sent you po, this was just one of our events. That alone is over 200 attendees na siya. And then we also did the same for Pampanga, Bohol, and other places where we expect less people, but actually it turned out mas marami sila. They actually almost doubled their attendance from the previous year. So talagang I was surprised too. So iniisip ko nga na I was already at the point na siguro this would be a good barometer if it would be a healthy year or not. So parang syempre, ano yung sinasabi nila? Expect the worst, hope for the best. But still, nung nangyari po yung dun sa video na event, yung in one of our events, ito po ay bumabaha at bumabagyo sa Metro Manila. So talagang despite of the circumstances, people still came. And some of them actually were from further places. Maniwala po kayo sa hindi. May iba lumipad from Cebu, from Davao, from Dumaguete. Tapos yung iba nag-drive from Tarlac, sa Norte, Ilocos Sur. So nagulat kami na talagang kinontian namin yung event because we felt na konti ng interest. But still, we were surprised that people from places we're not going to do our roadshow still attended. So it was it's a good indication. And to answer the question that everybody is asking me as an immigration consultant, is it still a good time to Canada? What I could tell you, it still is as long as you prepare for it properly. Kasi nga po, what's the problem in social media is there's overpromise to the public by other entities, which unfortunately tarnishes the Canadian dreams. Ito yung nagiging problema.
Isa yan sa pag-uusapan natin yung sinabi mo kasi overpromise na ginagawa ng marami, kaya naloloko rin ng marami, masyadong high
napakarami na po.
I'm gonna ask you later on, ano ba ang if you Suncor, do you give them any such promises, or at the very least, what you tell them when they ask you about, life in Canada now?
For us, we always say, like anything in life, there's no guarantee. Part of our info session is informing, educating the market. Ano ba yung nangyayari? Kasi kami galing Canada. Ito yung nangyayari. Would it affect you? Gusto nyo pa rin ba? Kung gusto nyo, nandito kami, or we're here to help legally and professionally. Kung ayaw nyo, then maybe just wait. If you think if you're not qualified yet, based on the information we provide you, there's enough time for you to retool and rebuild yourself to become a perfect fit to what Canada needs. Canada still stands na may immigration targets pa rin that has to be met. And lagi ko nga po sinasabi, if there is a 30% reduction in international students, hindi lang naman yung pag-aaral ang paraan para makapunta sa Canada. There are many ways. And sikat po kasi kami sa Suncor tsaka sa Canadian Corrales immigration for international students. But truth be told, we did many things for like caregiver, workers, landed PRs via provincial nomination. So these are also part of our portfolio for many years already. It just so happens, ang hot topic talaga is yung international students. But I mean, outside social media, there's still many things that we go na ano po talaga.
Speaking of, diba? May mga reports na ngayon. This is just from September 7th. This is today.
Yes.
So ang sabi dito, international
expected.
student enrollment down 45%. Universities in Canada say, this is something I guess na we can expect. Kasi nga talagang nilimit nilagyan na ng cap yung bilang na aaprubahan na student visas basically, na Kuya Mikmik.
Opo, tama po. And there's also a good number of those international students looking forward to bring their families with them. Kasi mahirap po din talaga if let's say you're married or you have children, yun po tinatawag na long distance relationships. So sa dami-dami na nang nadala namin sa Canada, and we're speaking of volumes, our awards can attest and give people an idea gaano kadami na yung nadala namin. It's one of the drawbacks na pag biglang hindi kasama ang family member, the international student actually is having a hard time to cope. Kasi nga po, mag-aaral ka na, tapos hindi mo pa kasama yung magulang, yung asawa or common law partner mo tsaka mga anak mo. So your support system suddenly disappears and you're in a foreign country. Tapos, para mag-usap kayo, it's a different time zone altogether. So baka tulog na yung anak, mapupuyat ka, or madaling araw ka gigising para lang magkausap-usap kayo, magkita. And of course, there's more conflict that could arise when you are not speaking in person with your partner. So talagang may impact siya.
Kuya Mikmik, do you still advise the student pathway as a pathway to PR? Kasi I'm sure, alam mo tong mga komento ng marami ngayon na, kasi to begin with, sabi, ang student pathway was not meant to be, a main pathway to permanent residency. Diba? Yung mga comments ngayon na naging backdoor way daw for, PRs.
Yes.
What do you say to that? Na dapat ang students Pag dumating ng Canada, pagkatapos na mag-aaral, graduate, bumalik na sila sa pinanggalingan nila. Which, I think even Canadian officials say that that was the original intent, ideally, of the program daw po.
That was the intent, but they also put in what is called the PGWP program, or the Post-Graduation Work Permit program. So if we were to look back into the previous comments of immigration ministers, they would always say that they want to retain international students because it's a skilled talent. Kumbaga po, ang international student kasi, mahal na yung matrikula, mahigit doble compared sa lokal, sa domestic. And at the same time, these are people coming from good backgrounds already because as the cost of study is expensive, you have to be somebody who is either well off, have a great career, or a great family background in order to afford the tuitions and actually be accepted by the schools. And then, syempre, ito mga skills na to, during the time na kailangan ng tao ng Canada, it was a perfect match. Kumbaga, there's somebody who wants to study, who eventually kind of likes Canada, and then Canada needs people. One of the, just like what the minister said before, international students were the best PR candidates. And now the climate has changed. One of the reasons na sinasabi po nila, kasi daw yung housing market. Parang yung bugso ng tao, sa housing market, tumataas yung rent, it becomes less affordable for people. But the public keeps on forgetting that even if international students come or they don't come, the cost to build new houses to accommodate those permanent landed PRs would still remain the same. So if it costs 500,000 to build a house, but a house also sells for 500,000, there's no incentive for a builder to build it and sell it at cost. So kumbaga, on an economics standpoint, sinisisi ng public yung international students. Pero if you think about it, hindi naman din sila talaga yung major root cause. Kasi yung inflation, cost of building houses, ito po talaga yung mahal. So kaya ang developers hindi rin gumagawa ng bahay. But of course, this is just my opinion. As first, I was an economist before I became an international student.
Really?
And so yun talaga yung interest ko. I was a graduate of economics before, and that was my interest before coming to Canada. Later on na lang yung software engineering. But yeah, is it still a good time given all the restrictions tsaka paghihigpit? We got to remember immigration is still important for Canada. They still push for immigration because number one, we need taxpayers. Number two, there's inside migration. There's also migration away from Canada. So there's, I think there was a record high na na-break nila for the last 10 years. Canadians are going to the US. So syempre, those number of people, that numerous exodus actually needs to be filled by new people. So in the end, it kind of balances out. Social media sometimes becomes hyperinflated. That's why opinions are quickly formed, unfortunately. Pero if you were to start now and you're looking into Canada, because other countries are also tightening their belts. They're also yung ibang bansa to begin with walang OWP. For example, yung ibang bansa to begin with, parang wala ding PGWP, as in aral uwi lang. Si Canada kasi, it's very embracing of those opportunities. Tsaka kailangan talaga naman ng tao ni Canada, without a doubt.
Hindi, Kuya Mikmik, I think one concern for the Canadian government now, based sa mga nababasa ko, is parang managing, una sa lahat, the volume of people coming in, and the skill level of the people coming in. Okay? So I guess, kumbaga gusto nilang maging mapanurin lalo na ngayon. Hindi nilang kuha kung sino-sino, parang ganun, di ba? With the recent changes dito sa international student pathway, can you share with us how that is now, affecting the type of students that will be coming in from now on? May nakikita ka bang effect dyan? Ngayon ba talaga parang are they more of singles na? Kasi ngayon, parang pinagbawal yung pagdala ng spouses for the For many
Um,
of the courses, yung mga ganun ba?
for the number of applicants we have, um, bumagal ba siya? Yes, there definitely is a slowdown on interest across the industry. That's undeniable. But for us, since we're very diverse with our services, sagutin ko muna yung sa international
Hmm.
student.
Yeah.
Single applicants and those with partners still to continue to go. It's just that for some, there are moments na it's either they delay because it's a temporary policy. 2 taon lang naman po. We're about to finish the first year of that, and then they will reevaluate if they're push for 2025 or they'll just abolish it and let people come in again. Just like what you mentioned po, there's a big drop in enrollments,
Mhm.
which is a big problem for some schools because some schools kakapagawa lang ng mga bagong housing,
Nako,
bagong
oo.
buildings. Kung mapapansin niyo sa Ontario pa lang, maglibot kayo prior to the temporary policy announcement, madaming construction yung mga school. So, syempre,
Mhm.
the school as a business would also need to recover their cost. Otherwise, they're gonna bug the government because they're publicly funded and say, hey, now we need money to operate. So, syempre, bawas
Oo.
yan sa kaban ng gobyerno. So, with regards to that one, um, may may mga pumupunta pa rin as international student. The strength of Suncor is displayed here very well because most of our students, dadating sila, ano yung gagawin nila should they want to become PR. Because they're coming in as student, we always remind them, you're coming in as a student, there's no guarantee for PR. That's what we always say, there's no guarantee for PR. But if you want to become a PR, here are your options catered to your profile
Oh, yeah.
because we do one-on-one consultations with our applicants. So dati, the international student was very straightforward. You study, you graduate, get your post-graduation work permit, work for 1 year in a skill job, and then most likely okay ka na. Pero ngayon kasi, the game is changing, tumataas yung cutoff scores. There was an introduction of what was called category-based selection po. So sa mga hindi nakakaalam, category-based selection is when back in 2023, Canada introduced 6 top sectors that they want to fill in. So French speakers, health workers, STEM, trades, transportation, and agri. So if you look into it, most of the time you just need 6 months experience on the skills listed in the last 3 years. So for those international students na malaki yung gastos, actually the ones who were already here before the policy, yung iba sa kanila na PPR na kasi sila mismo or yung asawa nila, they already have the experiences required for the category-based selection.
Okay.
And if we look at the historical draws, the category-based selections are actually marginally, well, not marginal, it's actually lower, significantly lower compared to the regular or the general draw, as we say. So,
Oo.
doon pa lang, nagiging option na po ito, Miss Ina, for Filipinos outside Canada. So, yung iba po, hindi nag-international student, they end up retooling themselves. Ay, ito pala yung mga kailangan. Kailangan ba nito? Carpenter, welder,
Yeah.
butcher. So, kakatok ngayon sa TESDA or sa mga training centers, kukuha ng certificate, kukuha ng experience, and then they could eventually qualify for other PR
Yeah.
programs na hindi na kailangan mag-aral. So,
Ayun. Kuya Mikmik, is that something you
yes po.
encourage? Kumbaga,
For
ngayon, anong pathway ang pinaka-advisable as far as Suncor is concerned? Is it still, I mean, yeah, which one is it for you?
For the longest time, when we do consultations, because we do professional one-on-one consultations with our applicants, sometimes I have to tell them, you know what? Instead of you studying, you actually qualify for other pathways already.
Ayan.
Kaya po malakas ang taong nagpupush for Suncor because marami kami mga estudyante na gusto mag-aral, but upon consultation, I found out na, well, there's something more appropriate for you without you spending money for studying.
Alright.
So we've been doing this even before. So meron kami yung po mga tinatawag na mga landed PRs na, straight from the Philippines. So paano sila na-PR? primarily either express entry, qualified na pala sila to begin with, pero nabuyo lang sila ng ibang agency bago lumapit sa amin for a second opinion. Mga PR na, or in some cases, through provincial nomination po. Kung masipag magbasa ang mga kababayan natin, you could actually explore each province official website,
Yeah.
ontario.ca, alberta.ca, for example. And then you get to see the provincial nomination programs. And some of these programs, once you are deemed PR ready, you could actually be issued a work permit without
Ayan.
LMIA.
Oh,
So marami pong paikot-ikot na
right.
options.
Correct.
Siguro Miss Ina, ang pinakahuli, apart from the trades, I always tell people, mag-trades kayo kasi una-una, madaling aralin sa Philippines, kayang-kaya kumuha ng experience. It's just up to the person if they want to get their hands dirty, but the demand is significantly there and the pay is actually good. So
Yeah.
there's
Oo.
lagi ko sinasabi, baliktad ang mundo sa Canada. Yung tubero, karpintero, malalaki sweldo. Sila yung magaganda yung bahay. Tapos yung mga
Yung mga-
regular office worker, sila lang yung they're living just enough, but the trades are the ones who are actually earning a lot. And
Yeah.
ito po yung nakakatuwa. Maraming international students who actually shifted to trades because they
Oh.
saw the potential on income alone, career, and of course yung PR. And then out after the trades, there's also the caregiver pathway na magiging, it will become new because the last pilot has ended last June. So
Yeah.
there will be a new one. We're all waiting for it. We're all very excited. Siguro Miss Ina, pasadahan natin ano ba yung caregiver pathway na bago.
Yeah.
Una-una, landed PR na.
Uy, grabe.
So for example, kung ikaw ay may edad na and you're not competitive with express entry, for example, kahit mag-international student ka pa, and if you don't see yourself qualifying for any provincial nominations, caregiver could be an option for you.
Okay.
The challenge there is finding a legitimate employer. Kasi po, on the employer side, syempre may scam din yan. Baka maloko ka rin.
Oo.
So, ang kagandahan naman, Miss Ina, sa Filipino, I remember a statistic back in the 90s na 1 out of 6 Filipino, I might be wrong, but the way I remember it, but 1 out of 6 Filipinos have a family member abroad. So imagine, that was, oh my God, 30 years ago, time flies. So what more ngayon na hindi naman tumigil ang mga OFW mag-OFW dahil ang daming mga anak ng OFW yung nag-OFW din. So there's a better chance for Filipinos to find contacts in Canada to get them employers.
Alright.
Na legit.
Okay. Kuya Mikmik, ito, I'm also curious. I'm sure, ang dami mo nakausap na mga nag-iisip magpunta ng Canada, yung doon sa inyong
Yep.
event sa Pilipinas. What are they saying? Bakit tuloy pa rin ang pangarap nilang Canada kahit na it's all over social media, nakikita yung mga komento na, nako, life is not the same anymore in Canada, nahihirapan doon yung mga immigrants. Why don't they seem discouraged even with all those?
It's still the same reasons back in the day why people left. Because that's always my first question. Bakit yung pa naisipan mag-Canada? Because some people, they just thought it's easy. Or I also want to know what's pushing them when I write letters for them. I want to dig deep. Ano ba yung tulak or hugot ni ate ni kuya at gusto nila mag-abroad? So when it comes to the people I always talk to, it's always better opportunities. It's different cohorts or different socioeconomic levels. There's somebody coming in who's a millionaire already, but they also know na kahit milyonaryo sila, isang sakit lang, pwedeng hindi na sila milyonaryo. That's number one. Healthcare, that's number one. Or number two, milyonaryo na sila, they want something better for their children because their eyes have been opened when they travel abroad na bakit sa atin ganito, sa ibang bansa hindi ganon. So yung mga nabubuksan ng isipan, that's one. There's a good number of ex-OFWs or OFWs who are about to retire na obviously they cannot earn the same wages in the Philippines and to maintain their lifestyle. So they look for somewhere else to park their money or invest their retirement or yung mga
Oh.
separation pay na tinatawag nila pag nag-abroad. Others, it's for safety. Others naman, they're really saving up. Tinitipid nila yung sarili nila just para lang sila po ay makabigay ng mas magandang opportunity sa mga anak nila.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, yun yung mga normal na situations or yung iba po nakatikim ng abroad, ayaw na talaga sa Philippines.
Marami nga ganun, ano.
But this is not to say that there are no opportunities in the Philippines.
Yeah.
There's still a lot. I've been gone in the Philippines for 8 years before I came back, and then I saw so many opportunities talaga na sabi ko, oh, ang ganda na pala ng Philippines in the 8 years. So I was telling myself, kung di ako siguro umalis, okay din pala. But the fact still remains, healthcare, access to basic commodities, and I guess the rule of law. Ito yung mga political stability, for example, and public safety.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like the Philippines. Philippines is great, but there's something that Canada can also offer naman for those who want to go, because it's your freedom to decide if you want to stay or not.
Well, from what you've said, it seems to me na parang same nga lang din talaga yung reasons, ano?
It's pretty much
Even
the
before with
same.
all the tightening of measures. Ako nga naman, even if, there are a lot of complaints here, okay, even if a lot of people here are saying that, times have changed, na baka hindi na dapat daw ituloy yung plano na mag-Canada pa, hindi na maganda ang buhay dito. Sometimes, ang hirap din magsabi dun sa iba na may ibang problema kasi na siguro or ibang frustrations na kinakaharap galing sa bansa natin. We can't, who are we to
Yes.
stop them? As long
Exactly.
as we are, they are aware of what they're getting into. I think
Yes.
that's the most important thing. Kaila Kuya
Tsaka-
Mikmik, tama ba tong sasabihin ko? Sorry Kuya Mikmik Sila
Sige
Kuya
po.
Mikmik, for example, sa International Student Pathway, I think you guys try to make sure na yung mga tutulungan ninyong students pumunta dito hindi magiging mga pabigat, kung tutawagin, ano?
Oh, yes.
You do not
Yes.
encourage
We have
them to come na kulang ang pera, na mahihirapan
Oh,
sa
yes,
trabaho.
yes.
Kasi may ibang ganun, guys. Don't listen to those people who will tell you na dito nyo bawiin ng mga tuition nyo. Do these scammers still exist, Kuya Mikmik?
Believe it or not, they still do.
Oh
Kasi
my gosh, ang dami pa rin, ano?
marami nang naloko or nasa Canada na tapos lalapit sa amin, Kuya, sabi sa akin ganito, mababawi ko daw yung tuition habang nag-aaral. And then I hate to be the person telling them na hindi po kaya kasi unang-una, there's limitations and restrictions to the number of hours you can work at there's no guarantee for work.
Yeah.
Ang nangyayari po kasi, pinapangakuan ng trabaho, they have their own parang computation magkano yung kikitain, which nung pinakita sa akin, sabi ko, parang imposible yata to habang international student kayo. So there's the overpromise that I was talking about earlier. That's why we always tell people, kaya ginagawa namin lagi ni Kuya Nikki, our event is free para hindi lang sa may kaya na matuto. May kaya ka o wala, you have the ability to learn from our events, to learn from our mistakes in the past while we were the ones new in Canada, to learn from the new policies that could affect you. So ginagawa namin siyang libre kasi po ang ending, hindi man kayo dumaan sa amin para makarating ng Canada, malaki din yung chance na lalapit kayo sa amin pag may problema na at naloko na kayo. So that's why we made it free, para po yung the market becomes an informed market, because there's the overpromise and the desire for some Filipinos to go abroad. It's very strong that sometimes ano ba yung sabi nila, paniniwalaan mo yung gusto mangyari, hindi yung
Oo,
totoo.
may ganun.
So that's the sad part. That's the sad reality. It still happens. It still reflects that the demand is still strong despite all the policies. May mga magko-comment nga doon sa mga nagsasabing pangit sa Canada, pangit sa Canada, pangit sa Canada. Yung nakita ko ang comment before na tumatak sa akin, sino ka ba para sabihin sa amin hindi namin pwede tuloy yung pangarap namin? Buhay mo yan iba yung buhay namin.
Yeah.
So parang sabi ko, nga, iba talaga ang tapang at resilience ng Pilipino. Game pa din. And the problem with social media kasi, kunyari sasabihin ng iba, ang hirap makahanap ng trabaho. Pero baka 10 beses lang nag-apply, 20. Of course, with a very low number of applications, there's also low chances.
Yeah.
of finding work. So, or
Correct.
yung iba naman kasi po, the reality of people complaining sometimes is gusto manager agad. Bagong salta ka, gusto manager agad kasi manager daw siya nung OFW siya. Sometimes the work culture, the type of service or the quality of work is different or not at par. So talagang hindi makukuha. So minsan dito lumalabas yung reklamo, they vent on social
Yeah.
media. But the silent ones who are actually managers before and they landed and become managers again, tahimik lang sila kasi nga tuloy lang
I
sa
agree,
trabaho.
maraming
Keep your
ganun
head down and
talaga.
work.
Mas
Maraming,
madaling
ano ba yung tawag
mag-ingay.
nila, madam?
Mas madaling mag-ingay
Yes.
kapag meron kang problema eh. Pero kapag happy-happy ka rin sa
Tama.
buhay, yung totoong sincere, I mean,
You're,
sincerely happy, quiet lang sila siguro.
Yeah. Yeah, most of them they're just quiet, thankful,
Yeah.
prayful na nagawa nila. Kasi nga ang daming people na inggit, they'll bash you if you post your achievements. But if you post your hardships,
gagawin pang sinungaling yung iba.
Oh, yes. Kunyari, may nag-post, ay, sa wakas, nakabili na ako ng bahay. Ang daming magre-reklamo, utang lang yan, inutang lang yan, ganyan. So,
Ay, nako, guys. Basta, yeah. But again, guys, yes, Canada is tightening, let's say, it's rules. Kung gusto niyo pa rin magpunta dito, ang mahalaga, be aware of what you're getting into. Okay,
Yes.
yun lang yun.
Yes.
Okay, be aware of what you're getting into. There is no guarantee for permanent residency. Ngayon, dahil naku po, ang napahaba, ang dami ko pa sana gusto itanong. Nabaon na sa aming discussion. Yung isa sa mga gusto ko rin talaga tanong kay Kuya Mikmik, itong report na ito, speaking of scammers, grabe Kuya Mikmik
yes.
naman ito. Hold on I
No
will
problem.
put it up. Walang katapusang scam sa mga housing for international students dito.
Yes.
Mag-ingat po kayo my gosh. Nag-level up na yung modus ng mga
yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me show you.
Habang inaanap ni Miss Ina, sabihin ko na rin, bakit ba international student yung lagi nabibiktima? They're one of the most vulnerable groups kasi they're coming in with at a loss of money already. Tapos, apart from the loss of money, sila din yung mga takot kasi sila yung hindi pa PR or walang papel. So, walang kasiguraduhan.
Yun.
So, yung uncertainty na yun, this is what predators or scammers are preying on para maloko. Kaya kawawa naman talaga.
Yeah. Okay, this is a news report.
As students head back to class, a timely warning about rental scams. Some Conestoga College students say they feel manipulated after showing up at an apartment in Kitchener thinking they had secured it to rent, and only to find several others who thought the same thing. CTV's Heather Senerin has this story and joins us with more now. So Heather, how many people are we talking here?
Tony, I spoke with a handful of students, and they say that when they showed up, at least 20 other people also showed up expecting to move in, and now they're out thousands of dollars, most of them international students hoping to move in before classes started.
Harsh Patel took this video 2 weeks before he was ready to move into this 2-bedroom plus den apartment on Chandler Drive in Kitchener. There were red flags right away. It was partially furnished, and the person showing him the unit claimed to be living there, but didn't appear to have any of his own belongings in it.
There was nothing. Like, you need some clothes to live, you need some utensils for your kitchen and something like that. There was none of these things.
Fast forward to what was supposed to be move-in day on August 30th, Patel says he showed up with his friends and all their belongings to move in, but several strangers were already in the unit claiming it was theirs.
We were a little bit confused at that time what is happening, how two different groups can have lease on about same property.
They all found out.
Okay, Kuya Mikmik, sige, cut ko na dyan. Nakakaloka. Alam mo yun, ang sinasabi ko kay Kuya Mikmik, parang nag-level up na yung modus. Kasi yung landlord, talagang pinakita in person yung
Oo
unit.
nga.
When that
Parang
happens, you
nabilib ako
usually
dun.
think legit na ito kasi alam mo, hindi nala ka doon, may susi, etc., etc. Oh my gosh, yung pala, ang daming pinakitaan, ang daming and then,
Ang daming nag-collect ng...
Oo. Tapos naglaho na lang bigla basically guys yung landlord. I think
yung
they're
landlord
trying to
agent.
reach him now.
Yeah.
Oo. Oh my
Miss
God.
Ina, ang mas masakit doon sa report na yon from CTV, kalahi nila yung nanloko sa kanila. I
Ay,
mean,
nako.
ma-
Sakit eh.
it
Mas
happens
masakit
also.
pag ganun, no?
It also happens for fellow Filipinos, I guess, na ganun nga nangyayari. Na minsan, kampante ka na kababayan mo kasi, di ka lokohin, but it turns out, yun pa rin pala yung mangloloko sa'yo. So kawawa, nakakaawa, but it happens. Coincidentally, taga-Kitchener ako dati, Miss Ina.
Oh
So,
my, ganun
so
ba?
parang this video kinda makes me sad na, oh no, yung pinanggalingan ko may gantong nangyari.
Oo.
Um,
And teka,
the-
Kuya Mikmik, you mean there are Filipinos doing this to fellow Filipinos here
Oh
in
yes,
Canada?
yes. We have a Facebook group po. It's called Rentals and Housings for Pinoy International Students. So we created this one because a lot of Filipinos are also asking us, Kuya, saan kami titira? Baka may kilala kayo, or baka daw kami nagpaparent. So we created the Facebook group. It's a good number of people. I think it's 30,000 members now. Landlords are posting there na sinasabing, eto, meron akong for rent, ganyan-ganyan. So, at least doon may pictures and everything they could verify. Or, yung kamag-anak mismo ni international student, they get to say, Kuya, ate, pakibisita naman, ito yung address. Kung number one, does the place actually exist? Malapit ba talaga? Malinis ba? May tao ba sa loob or wala? Kasi po before, even before the scams happened, ang scam before for tenants, ang ganda sa picture. So, syempre, maingganyo yung magre-renta, magbabayad ng deposit. Tapos pagdating, yung picture pala, picture from brand new yung bahay. Ngayong luma na yung bahay, minsan may ipis, daga. So, hindi na siya how it was advertised. Not as advertised physically. So, kawawa din. Kasi yung iba may
Oo.
commitment na. So, yun po. So, kawawa
Kuya
talaga.
Mikmik, paano yun sa mga ganito? Yung mga international students na paparating pa lang gusto magpa-inspect. May ganitong uri ng scammer. Papakitaan naman, o sabihin, may kamag-anak ako, pupunta ha. It's so difficult to guard against these types of scammers.
I always tell people, ask for documents.
Okay.
For example, kung tama ka na landlord, for Ontario, kasi sa Ontario nangyari to, may OREA. May papel, yung OREA nakalagay sa taas. OREA.
Okay,
Ito yung I forgot what OREA stands for. Parang, it's basically a document na pipirmahan ni landlord tsaka ni tenant as an agreement for renting the place.
Okay.
Ang nagiging issue kasi minsan, for others, it would become taxable income for them kasi nga registered. So, ang nangyayari, cash basis yung iba. So, yung mga ganun na issue, walang dokumento kayo pareho. So, parang there's
Actually, I think
no
Kuya Mikmik, this
protection.
one, nagpirmahan pa sila ng peking lease.
Yeah, so
Ano ba yan?
so feeling ko po baka hindi OREA yung pinirmahan or baka fake siya talaga to begin with. It's easy to manipulate documents to make it look legit. Pero yun nga po. That's why ang kaganda naman sa Pilipino, maraming kakilala. And the beauty of social media, the internet, you can make friends with somebody to actually and ask a favor to check it out. So parang nung bago kami noon, Miss Ina, ako naman ang tinanong ko yung kaibigan ko, okay ba tong lugar na to? Kasi parang ito yung nakikita kong okay na place to stay. Even if I was in Canada before I studied, may mga lugar na hindi ko naman nakita dun sa lugar na kung saan ako mag-ano. So, the community is very helpful. Talagang if it's too good to be true, kung ang market price ng one bedroom, kunyari, 500, theoretically, 500. Tapos inaalok sa'yo ng 250, most likely
Magduda ka na.
Magduda ka na. Kasi if it's too good to be true, most likely it is.
Yeah. Ay, naku nga naman. So that's again, warning to sa mga naghahanap pa lang na
Yes.
matitirahan maybe for the incoming semesters. Be very careful and very observant. I-check nyo talaga lahat ng mga inaalok sa inyong mga rental properties.
Marami
Ay,
po.
nako.
Not just rental. Yun kung nakita niyo yung balita dati, Miss Ina, may namatay na open work permit holder. Ano naman, hindi sa housing, dun sa airport pickup na scam. Kapwa Pilipino din daw, ayon sa balita. hindi ko na follow up yung news, but nung lumabas yung balita, ganun din, online, nagalok ng airport pickup, pinick up yung family, tumigil yung sasakyan, saglit, tapos umandar ulit. Tapos nung nasa destination na, may nawawala ng bag. So sa samalang loob nung
Oh, I remember this.
OWP,
Okay, yes. Filipino
Yeah.
din pala.
I think Filipino din kasi
Ganun ba?
if I was looking into it, parang Filipino din yung nanloko, kaya malungkot na
Oh
yun
my
pa lang,
God.
airport pa lang, kakalabas mo pa lang ng airport, na-scam ka na all, tapos ito rental naman. So may mga ganito talaga, unfortunately. Kaya po ingat tayo lagi.
Ay,
So
naku
sinasabi ko
po.
sa tao, una-una kung walang profile pic, takot ka na. Number 2, kung bago lang yung Facebook account, takot ka na din. Number 3, kung hindi sumasagot sa video call or hindi nagpapakita ng mukha or gusto text lang, mag-isip-isip na rin kayo.
Iyan.
so
Ako, one
yun
personal tip ko, ang ginagawa ko, you go to the profile of whoever you were talking to. If you lock yung profile, uso na ngayon yung mga locked profiles, medyo
Yeah.
red flag na sa akin yun. Kung hindi man locked, mag-backread kayo if it was an account that has been newly made lang, recently made,
Yeah.
yung mga ganon. Kapag
Or if it's
medyo
actually
ginawa
active.
lang siya 2 months ago, yun yung earliest or yung first post niya, naku po,
Yeah.
ginawa lang yung account na yan para manloko, guys. Okay?
Yeah, marami
Ay,
po,
nako.
marami silang ganyan. So marami kaming filter na ganun sa mga different Facebook groups namin kasi nga a lot of people try to capitalize on the dreams of others,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay. Well, anyway, sige, Kuya Mikmik, ang haba na ng ating episode, no? Kahit ang dami pa sana pwede pag-usapan, but we will end this one here. Thank you so much, Kuya Mikmik, for your insights
Of
and
course,
sharing
my
with
pleasure,
us
ma'am.
yung mga nangyari dyan sa Pilipinas sa inyong event. Okay, so,
Ay, salamat po.
okay, we'll end this episode here. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Bye-bye. Hopefully, I'll see you again.
Yeah! Okay, wait lang, Kuya Mikmik, ha? I'll end the recording.